There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I've got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever location jumping till the break of dawn. Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, I'm going deep and deeper. Put in thought to each key. Be that living sense in her.
When chicken say, Bogoli Oko, it's a gossip. As soon as they break, when chicken say, Bogoli Oko, it's a forcing. Now every day activities, now every day activities, now every day activities. 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 Soon as they break, think I know you to say. You and your friends, boom, gossip in every day. But our every day activities. Sometimes I negative, sometimes eternal will be positive. Come to my house, pack it in, take you drink. Go to my neighbor, you gossip for me. What did they say? And they cannot in the truth. And like be everything activity that I would do. So no despite the better we can keep you up. Not keep class, nobody can keep it. Every day activity, some money to go. Get on the floor, tell them what we do. Every day activity, something that we produce.
A very pleasant good morning, folks. It's good to be here again on the Monday edition of the program from the print news here on Freedom Communications Incorporated. It's good to have you guys seated there as we are here to bring you all of the happenings from the local dailies we have on our decks. My name is Esther Daku. Good morning to you. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning to our followers and those of you by your receivers. I want to welcome you to this brand new presentation of the program from the print news. Today is Monday, the 23rd day of September, and the year is 2024. So, Aliyu, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nimlen. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Labira. Aliyu Masale from Maryland, USA.
All right, so let's begin now with those trending stories. We have 2 local dailies in our studio this morning. Front page, Africa and the Daily Observer newspaper. Esther, how was your weekend?
Well, my weekend was all day indoor. I had a great time doing it with my son because we were alone home because, somebody's not here. So
Who asked you all
it
that
had
one?
to be, just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more. Well, it was. I also had a great weekend. Friday we had to lay Combray to rest. Fidel City was laid to rest
Friday,
on
sure.
Friday,
Mhm.
and Saturday it was another run around for me. Sunday I had to come to work. I didn't go to church yesterday, so I made it here early yesterday, and anyway, the weekend was great. Ali, how was yours?
Oh, yes. My weekend was okay. My weekend always okay because from Monday to Friday, I'm very, very busy. But Saturday and Sunday, my work is less. I, I don't do much at work, so my weekend always good. At least thank God. Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, good news. And so, folks, let's now begin with the reading. Let me start with what is before me, the front page Africa newspaper. It says here, looking for trouble. CDC Secretary General Jefferson Koji expresses disappointment after party deny access to West Point Field. Eh? This is another something else. This news is kind of strange, though. Looking for trouble, CDC Secretary General Jefferson Koji expresses disappointment after the party denied access to West Point Field. And another story
Whoa.
says, yeah. mm, Let me just take a few
Whoa.
lines. We got this country. This country, I don't know where we are heading to with this other story.
Really?
Yeah, can you imagine that? It's the same as denying the former president of the VIP lounge. It's something similar here.
Mhm.
So let's see. The Congress for Democratic Change has expressed dismay for being denied the use of the West Point football field during a community outreach visit by its Secretary General Jefferson Koji. On Friday, September 20, CDC began its community outreach in Montserrat County, District Number 7, with a parade across the district into the township of West Point. Unfortunately, the place that was meant to host the program, the West Point football pitch that was built during the regime of the CDC, was locked and the caretakers were nowhere near to be found. CDC Secretary General Koji, however, moved back to Fernando Intellectual Center in West Point, where he was able to speak to his supporters. The road was blocked by the party's supporters, making it impossible for moving objects to use the main route. If we were on the field, there was going to be no one to block the road. Bwaka is begging for violence. He wants us to react, but the CDC is bigger than his imagination. CDC Secretary General said why addressing supporters in West Point. Let's get to more top stories. U.S. ambassador charges U.S. graduates to lead successful careers in Liberia, not elsewhere. And lastly, for top stories, saving the planet, landmark agreement to fight climate change through tree planting in Liberia, signed between 3 international entities. So, folks, we are about to get to the big stories, all right? And let's get to this one, the first big story on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Senator McGill accuses Ami Modad of illegal wealth accusation during brief tenure, but Commerce Minister responds with corruption allegations against the former Minister of State. We are all judged by our deeds. On Tuesday, September 24, we will submit a formal communication to the Senate plenary urging the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission to launch an immediate investigation into allegations of fraud, abuse of power, and corruption involving the Minister of Commerce, Nathaniel McGill, Senator Margibi County. I saw Nat, Honorable McGill post. It is sad. Search both our names and see who is on sanctions and has dirt on their integrity. His name is linked to everything wrong of the last administration, from corruption, purported human rights issues, to poor governance and ineptitude. He probably believes in that such rash posts will project him as a czar against corruption or help him get out of sanctions. He fails miserably to realize that we all are judged by our deeds. Ami Moda, Minister of Commerce, Republic of Liberia. Let's take a few lines from there. Okay, let's get to it. It's right here, and it says here, Senator Nathaniel McGill of Margibi County has raised serious accusations against Liberia's Minister of Commerce, Ami Modad, alleging illegal wealth accusation during Modad's brief tenure in office. Senator McGill, a former Minister of State under ex-President George Weah, claims that Modad abused his position for personal gain and is calling for a formal investigation by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC. In a statement, Senator McGill disclosed that he will on Tuesday, September 24, present a communication to the Senate plenary urging immediate action. On Tuesday, September 24, we will submit a formal communication to the Senate plenary urging the LSCC to launch an immediate investigation into allegations of fraud, abuse of power, and corruption involving the Minister of Commerce, Senator McGill declared. He accused Modad of failing to settle a $400,000 debt while serving as a board member of the former First International Bank, now SIB, which McGill claims contributed to the bank's bankruptcy. Furthermore, he raised questions about Modad's accusation of a luxury yacht, which McGill compared in cost to the yacht once owned by former President William Tubman. The Magibi County Senator also noted that the Liberia Revenue Authority illegally purchased a vehicle for Modad, arguing that the LRA, as a revenue collection agency, has no mandate to buy vehicles for government officials. In response, Minister Magid, that's Minister Modad, issued a strongly worded statement refuting the accusations and shifting focus onto McGill's own controversial past, including his placement on the U.S. sanctions list for alleged corruption and human rights abuses. I saw Honorable Nat McGill post. It is sad. Minister Modad responded, search both our names and see who is on sanctions and has dirt on their integrity. His name is linked to everything wrong with the last administration, from corruption and human rights issues to poor governance and ineptitude. Well, let's leave it right there. Right, let's leave it right there and then grab more stories. As a matter of fact, let me get to my final story before we send controls to Esther. And this story says government's US $15 million of budget expenditure in 9 months raises eyebrow. Broad day hustle. While Joseph Bwanga and people on broad day hustle. That's what the people are saying. Government's US $15 million of budget expenditure in 9 months raises eyebrow. Broad day hustle. Among the reported US $15 million expenditures, the Liberian government spent US $230,609 on unexplained miscellaneous and additional US $2.5 million on covert operations through the National Security Agency, NSA. The House of Representatives used $1.5 million for its special sitting, while the Senate expended $812,061.02 for the same purpose. While we support this recast, we must sworn upon the Ways, Means, and Finance that before the submission of the next budget, and now that we have opened up the process with even another resource committee to design on the way forward on the following: how the budget is received, how the budget is transmitted, the accountability of the executive branch in the budget execution, the violation of laws noted in this budget recast cannot be accepted of budget spending without the requisite adherence to the laws governing of budget spending is illegal and unlawful. Who is saying this? The Speaker of the 55th Legislature, Councillor J. Fonanti Kofa. So let's see what we can, I think it will be necessary that we just take few lines from there. But anyway, that's it. We already gave you the basics. Government spent $15 million of budget. All right. In 9 months, they spent $15 million of the budget. Can you imagine? That broadly also. But anyway, let's leave it there. Esther, you can take controls and let's see what you have there on the Daily Observer.
Of course. Thank you so much, Wendell.
They brought it
And
also here. That's one thing.
I tell you, Daily Observer is right on my desk, and the top story here says Waka calls for reforms of global financial system. Page 10 got this story. Of course, Wendell you just ran through this, right?
Hmm.
Waka calls for reforms of global financial
Just take
system.
few lines from there. Let's see. I
Okay.
think it's different from what I just read.
This story is right here on page 10. We will take some lines from 8. It says, President Joseph Boakai has called for global financial reform to support development in developing nations, urging global stakeholders in the financial sector to see reasons and act now. In a compelling speech delivered at the UN General Assembly, Boakai highlighted the challenges faced by Liberia and other developing countries in achieving the sustainable development goals due to economic pressures and growing inequalities. He emphasized the urgency of collaborative efforts to address these obstacles hindering sustainable development. We are gathered here with a common mission to work together in making the world a better place for everyone, Boakai declared. He acknowledged the significant challenges Liberians face in meeting the sustainable goals, noting that these struggles are shared by many developing countries. Although we are facing difficult challenges, I believe we are more determined than ever to overcome them. Fuaka called on global leaders to take concrete and intentional measures to alleviate economic pressures and vulnerable nations. He encouraged unity in dismantling barriers that hinder potential growth and advancing a collective vision for sustainable development. We must advocate for a financial system that provides liquidity and alleviates the burden on developing nations. He stated he stressed the importance of international cooperation and accountability in creating a fairer global financial environment. Referencing the 2023-2024 Human Development Report to recent reports, the underscore or that underscores the widening gap between the world's poorest nations and the challenges they face in allocating resources. Boakai stressed the need for immediate global financial reform. This is a troubling trend. The president said the world's poorest nations are falling further behind, deepening inequalities and political divisions. In 2024, Financing for Sustainable Development report, which Boakai also referenced in his speech, it is noted that the least developed countries currently allocate 12% of their revenues to interest payments, which is 4 times higher than it was a decade ago. Boakai said this underscores the urgent need for global financial reform. He urged developing nations to work together to overcome these shared challenges and call for decisive action to eliminate barriers to progress. We are going to leave you here. You grab a copy to read that story in depth. House passes recast budget Friday night as Speaker reiterates reforms in budget process. Page 10, we'll run there quickly and take some lines. It says, the House of Representatives has passed the 2024 recast budget Friday night following hours of debate. Members of the House of Representatives began session late evening hours owing to the state funeral of former Pro Tem Cletus Watterson of Grandcrew County, amongst others. Following the passage of the 2024 recast budget, it has been sent to the Senate for concurrence. Meanwhile, House Speaker Councillor Jeffo Nanti Kofa has issued a cautionary statement following the passage of the recast 2024 budget, stressing the need for significant reforms in the budgetary process. In his remarks, Speaker Kofa emphasized that the legislature has inherited a complicated and flawed budget process that requires urgent attention. We are responsible for the people's money, he stated, acknowledging the historical challenges faced by the legislature in effectively managing budgetary materials. Meanwhile, expressing his support for the recent budget, Speaker Kofa called on the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance to proactively prepare for the 2025 national budget. He urged the committee to implement a structured approach regarding how budgets are received, transmitted, and executed, stressing that accountability from the executive branch is important. The violations noted in a recast budget cannot be tolerated. Off budget spending must adhere strictly to legal guidelines, and the House cannot grant waivers for such infractions, he asserted. Speaker Kofa highlighted the importance of ensuring that the budget reflects accountability and transparency in financial management. He urged the Ways, Means and Finance Committee to reevaluate the public financial management law, asserting that the current structure has allowed an unelected official, the finance minister, to shift funds at his discretion, an authority that must be curtailed. Or, okay. And it says any passage of the 2025 national budget must involve necessary adjustment and amendments to the PFM law, he stated. He also reminded his colleagues that despite differences, the legislature must not jeopardize the nation's progress. We will leave you there and go back to the front page of the Daily Observer. Senate Committee unveils damaging report on MedTech DI contract, calls for renegotiation or cancellation of contract. A special Senate ad hoc committee constituted to investigate the designation or inspection contract between the government of Liberia and Medtech Scientific Limited is recommending the immediate review and renegotiations, or cancellation. The executive should immediately seek the opinion of the Attorney General on the legality of the DI contract to determine if it should be reviewed and renegotiated to ensure completion is on page 10. Of course, to ensure conformity with Liberian laws or cancel considering the violations the committee has uncovered. The 8-member committee chaired by Senate Committee on Public Accounts, Bapolu County Senator Amara Conan, noted in its final report, among several others, consistent with the objective of the investigation, the committee is recommending to the executive that any renegotiation must be subject to additional conditions such as the government working with the MedTech Scientific Liberia Limited partners to resolve the dispute in court to allow for renegotiation to proceed. The committee, in its comprehensive investigation, highlighted the materiality of the transactions and processes that characterize the initiation and execution of the procurement and financial management of the services of MedTech Scientific Limited during the period under review. During the exercise, the committee noted that it reviewed documents presented by the government stakeholders and publicly available documents on the DI contract. The committee noted that it did not see any evidence of the establishment of the Liberia Revenue Authority Concession Committee as called for under Section 77 of the PPCA. However, there is a joint ministerial minutes attended by NIC, the MOJ, and the LRA. We'll stop you there. You grab a copy to read that story in depth. Gonglo urges Liberian Americans to vote Kamala Harris. And let's bring you to the back page of the Daily Observer. Kanumba elected PUL president, the task to reunite a bitterly divided Union Bacons.
Oh, yes. Congratulations to Julius Kuli Kanuba. He was elected at the Effort Baptist Church over the weekend.
Right.
After that long battle. Yeah, he was finally elected as the president of the PUL.
All right. So let's we'll just take a few lines and then we can look at our next story. It says journalist Julius K. Kanuba has been overwhelmingly elected as the new president of the Press Union of Liberia, ushering a new leadership team that would guide the union for the next 2 years. Kanuba's victory came during the long-awaited elective Congress held in Painesville on Saturday, September 21, marking the end of a continuous rerun of the disputed November 22nd elections initially held in Bangabong County. The rerun was ordered by the Civil Law Court 6th Circuit to resolve the protracted legal dispute that had cast a shadow over the PUL's leadership for nearly 2 years. The controversy stemmed from a stay order issued by the non-judicial circuit court in Banga after Kanuba's camp realized concerns about fraudulent names on the voter roll, demanding a clean-up before the elections could proceed. Since the dispute began, the PUL has been operating under the leadership of non-elected or expired turning officials. As the court battle dragged on, Daniel Yakona, the only other presidential candidate, withdrew from the rerun, leaving Kanuba as the lone contender. An intern committee composed of former PUL executives, including past presidents Peter Kwekwe and Frank Saula, was appointed to oversee the rerun. The elections were managed by a team led by Helen Nasami, publisher of Women's Voices newspaper, Ernest Mackay, Bapulu County Magistrate of the National Elections Commission, and Tier Dogma, who chaired the elections management team. In the rerun, Kanuba secured 185 votes, while Yankona, despite his absence, received 29 votes. According to Dogma, 1,186 journalists were deemed eligible to vote after the voter roll cleaned up, with an additional 50 ballots printed for as contingencies. However, only 216 of the eligible journalists participated in the election, leaving 970 eligible voters absent. Vice President and other positions. In a similar scenario to the presidential race, the vice presidential candidate aligned with Yankona Betty Johnson Bayo also did not participate in the rerun. Beatrice Sear from the Kanuba's camp won the vice presidential seat with 160 votes, while Bayo received 33 votes. Of course, we're going to leave you right here. You grab a copy to read more of that story. This here it says, you are the future of this country. UBA Managing Director inspires graduates of UL 104 commencement. Of course, Wendell, so far, these are all of the stories we are going to bring. Lesson controls back to you.
Thank you, Deo Esther Daku. Thank you so much for that wonderful reading of the Daily Observer newspaper. All right, folks, we have our partner with us, Aliyu Masale, but we're going to recap all of the stories we read this morning, and we'll come back. We'll tell you some of the changes we have made in our programs here on Freedom 87.9. Then we go straight up to our talking points. So these are the top stories we brought you from the Front Page Africa newspaper. Looking for trouble. CDC Secretary General Jefferson Koji expresses disappointment after party deny access to West Point Field. And another story says U.S. ambassador charges your graduates to lead successful careers in Liberia, not elsewhere. And Saving the Planet, landmark agreement to fight climate change through tree planting in Liberia, signed between 3 international entities. And the big stories, Senator McGill accuses Ami Modad of illegal wealth acquisition during brief tenure, but Commerce Minister responds with corruption allegations against the former Minister of State. We all are judged by our deeds. And this is what the minister had to respond to McGill. I saw that Honorable McGill post. It is sad. Search both our names and see who is on sanctions and has dirt on their integrity. His name is linked to everything wrong of the last administration, from corruption purported human rights issues to poor governance and ineptitude. He probably believes in that such rash posts will project him as a Caesar against corruption or help him get out of the sanctions. He fails miserably to realize that we all are judged by our deeds. And Minister Modad. And then lastly, for the front page of Front Page Africa, government US 15 million of budget expenditure in 9 months raises eyebrow. And it says here, broad day hustle. Broad day hustle. That ain't a minute also. Let's get to the Daily Observer. We recap to recap for you. Bwaka calls for reforms of global financial system. And House passes recast budget Friday night as Speaker reiterates reform in budget process. And Senate committee unveils damaging report on MedTech DR contract. Calls for renegotiation or cancellation of contract. And Gonglo urges Liberian Americans to vote Kamala Harris. The back page, Kanuma elected PUL president to reunite. The tax to reunite a bitterly divided union beacons. And you are the future of this country. Who is saying this? UBA managing director inspires graduates at UL 104th commencement convocation. And those are all the stories we can take this morning. Let's take word from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we hear from our partner in the United States.
And we like to encourage you to keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. We are giving up $5,000 today. Those of you who've been playing and we could not call you due to, I was in a meeting here and there, so I could not place the call before time. So when we come back, we will definitely prioritize you. So keep playing the cash giveaway.
So true. We had a serious managerial meeting this morning, and so we couldn't pay out to you on time. So we encourage a lot of you to keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway because it helps a lot. And we have made some changes in our programs here on Freedom. So beginning today and every other Monday straight up to Friday, from 8 to 11 p.m. is going to be Hard Talk. Hard Talk takes the airwaves today at 8 o'clock. So you can join us this evening for the first presentation. And the nighttime spin now will be taken till midnight. So those are some of the adjustments we have made, and we will communicate that. As a matter of fact, I've already communicated that to our partner, and I'm in the process of doing that to the rest of them. So all of the adjustment being made, we're enlightening the public about it, so you know when our various programs comes on the air. So let's take our break and be back.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of craft beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever location jumping till the break of dawn. Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in toto ichiki. Bila living sense in hot.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Seaman Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Okay, folks, big thank you to our sponsors, Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayoba and Sons Incorporated. All right, we just been joined by our USA partner, Gus Korma. Gus has just joined in. But these are the top stories. CDC Secretary General and his entourage was denied access to the West Point football field over the weekend. I'm told the CDC is reaching out to communities, and so they were denied access to the football field. And another thing is the current senator of Magibi County, Nathaniel McGill, has accused the current minister of commerce of corruption. All right. He has accumulated wealth in 9 months. Plenty of things that he not get. Purchasing of yacht and other things, according to what we just read. So those are some of the trending issues in the country. But let's go to the USA and hear from our partner. Aliyu, you've been here first. But let's give Gus the time to greet the audience, and then we can hear from Aliyu.
Did I hear you purchasing of yacht?
Yes, we just read something relative to yacht. I'm told it's here, Esther. Is where is it? Go ahead, Aliyu. Gus, let's hear you.
Yes. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Wendell, Aliyu, and the rest of the Liberian people that listen to us. This is Gus Korma. Glad to be here.
So, Aliyu, let's hear from you. You've been here and been following the stories.
Yes, I've been following all the stories there. Yeah. You see, the problem, first of all, I start with this off budget expenditure of, I think, 15 million. This is unbelievable. Just 8 to 9 months of this government spending such a money, 15 million. You see, why we the Liberian people, we over there see, I don't know, but I think the kind of flood are taking place in Liberia, I think such flood have ever taken place before in our country. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And then we see this kind of thing happening in the country. This government that came to rescue us, we were drowning under the CDC government. And the rescue mission that came to rescue us today, they are even drowning us more than anything. 50 million? You see? I really know where we are heading to. Today, see the schools there. According to people in Liberia, when they brace for you to see students in the street, it's not easy. The parents, they no money. You see, just as the last time we're discussing the thing where God said, oh yes, or where President we are talking about free education, if they were to put it into law, I think we could be, and I think it was really, really important because Joseph Boakai is just or Dreamer than Sedita. Those people, they don't prioritize education. They make education very expensive so that only money people children can learn, because if the country man child go and learn something, they will want to compete with them. So they will always make it difficult for those that don't have money to send their children to school. You see, this is why we are in today. During my Senita, we saw a President Wiyakim, education was okay. We were not having so much complaint, but today again, Joseph Boakai came to power. The same thing. You see, when you can say, oh yeah, we have to audit the NSA. The NSA were talking about auditing. The city can be talking that the CP they put in the money, they're going for a 2 million for COVID. That one, what are you going to ask them? Maybe that the next administration they too, when they can, they will try about auditing. See, I mean, Mona today, 121,989,000 dollars. The car he using. Then he coming to defend himself today. You were having money before coming into government. You were having money. Why you couldn't be there? Why you came to do in government? The time you were having your money, you were not in government. Did you buy such a car? Buy yacht, all those things? You see, we continue to say Liberia, Joseph Boakai, they just came to rob the country. Joseph Boakai was drowning into poverty, and when we save him, Joseph Boakai put in 100,000 United States dollars on credit card. You see, all the time he was even vice president for 12 years, he didn't do that. But today, Joseph Boakai credit card 100,000 United States dollars. While we in the country, no food, no road, we suffering. Joseph Boakai passing around wasting our country resources here in government officials. You see, we just need to pray, man. Well, this is so sad. Joseph Boakai 1,400,000 and some more thousand to buy him bulletproof car. Why waste the country money like this? As old as Joseph Boakai is, people thought he was coming to do better in our country. I was surprised when somebody called me. Yeah, when somebody called me telling me, oh yeah, Masale, just go listen to when the station is full radio. They said I say I like to go there and say just go listen to something. And I was surprised to see those people. They see people that supported Joseph Boakai, Dwalu, and other people. They were done talking. What are we going to tell our people? When we told them this old man served in government for a long time, he get the experience, he was vice president. He's the best person to lead the country. What are we going to tell our people? When we call them, what we tell them? When they call us for assistance that they are suffering, what are we going to tell them? Because we told them, you see, and I heard the other guy, Fadiga, he defending Joseph Boakai for buying bulletproof cars. Because American government spending money to protect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Do you know how much American government spend to protect our president and vice president? You want to compare America to Liberia? They see America, Liberia depending on. You want to compare the money America will spend to protect. You see, what sense does that make? You see, what sense does that make to can say American government can spend more money to protect our president and vice president? There is no big deal when they buy bulletproof car for Joseph Boakai that costs 1.5 million, or even Jeremiah Kun. Even the economy of California, you know that how many country it can double some country. We even said talking about Liberia, just California alone, one state in America. Then you come and say that to compare Liberia to America because America can buy bulletproof car that cost millions of dollars. You see,
the whole continent.
So, yes. So that's it. That the man that we brought to rescue us, he has rescued himself, and we are drowning. So this is something is so sad for our country. So God's that aid that give it all to you.
Oh, thank you. first of all, I'm going to start with the CDC Secretary General or whatever.
You're coming in low, Gus. Please elevate your voice a little bit.
I want to start with the CDC Secretary General Jefferson Koji. Again, we go back to why people like Koji and them should have understood the reason why they should listen to people that have some sense. Look, you build a park for Liberia, you're no longer in power. It is not a CDC park. Now, if you show me where Major Koji and his entourage have requested usage of that park and they didn't give them access to, trust me, I will be on his side. But outside of that, you think Gus Coleman and Wendell Nimler can just go and say, I want to use the park, and they'll just let him go there right now? Wendell? Because Koji got to realize he's an ordinary citizen now. You know, this is why we continue to tell them, put in system in place. System that will protect all of us, not just you when you're in power. Wendell, until our people start to realize these things, this is why our country is where it is. You know? But when we're in power, we forget that we will be out of power. Oh my man, I got something in my throat. So I think that's what's going on. As far as that, Mayor Koji, I would say follow your channel, your group grievance through municipality and other places. You should know those laws because you were the mayor of Monrovia, so you know the process and procedure in using city properties and whatnot. So we'll leave that alone. The off budget, it's sad. Again, these are the things that they accuse CDC of. And here they are doing the same thing. And am I surprised? No, I'm not. I am not, because again, we have chosen to not put in systems. We have chosen to not hold our people accountable. Because again, even on this radio station, I will have my CC will come. I'll have this person will come. Because they say they're defender. Even if their person is doing wrong, they come and defend. What we're going to do? You're not in power, so let the people defend their own people. In the end, there's no Liberia. It's just whoever in power that they found that other person come and defend. What is wrong with us? Last time we talked about President Weah's support of this United Nations seat. Oh no, President Weah not should do it. Look, President Weah is not stupid. People like him, they sit there, they calculate, they understand the importance of Liberia. This man was a young man, not even our age. President Weah was in his 20s when our war started, taking his own resources and putting it behind Liberia. Now a grown man that have become president of this country will sit down there and say something that benefits Liberia, I'm going to put CDC in front of it. That makes no sense. And this is the reason why our country is going where it is. And nobody wants to stand up and face those things until when we're suffering. Look, Liberia needs to be fixed by force. I'm not joking. Liberia needs to be fixed by force. When you see people saying they're going to spend millions of dollars on a bulletproof car, what happened to the car that President Weah was driving? Is it government continuity? Joseph Boakai life is more dangerous now than George Weah life? To not be riding the bulletproof vehicle that George Weah had, or whatever vehicle George Weah had? Look, man, something is wrong with us, and I don't know what it is, but we need a leader that would come and flock everybody, a leader that would dissolve the entire legislature, a leader or the citizens that would get up and say, we have had enough. When is this going to happen? We don't want war. No, I'll tell you this. But we need somebody that will say, no, we're done with this nonsense. This is what we thought Samuel Doe was going to do when he did all of the things he did. But then they all get greedy. But Liberia would not improve, like most African countries, until the citizens, number one, step up and say, we've had enough, because majority of us are suffering and will continue to suffer outside of systems in place that we, the citizens, can benefit from. Like I said, like the free education, nobody cared. Nobody cared to make it a law because they said, well, 24 years. You even stay in office 3 months, you said 24 years. You walking like you're king and princess. Then they take you out of office, then all of a sudden you complain they can't let you go to a park. Man, go sit down somewhere. This is what, when you're a leader, you think about yourself, your people, and everybody around you. Because in the end, your leadership will come to an end. And when it does, you become just like all of us. The way you are treating us, that's how they're treating you now. So, that's my own name. And then the credit card. I think it's sad for a whole country to even have a credit card. What a shame. I don't know any Liberian government or any institution in Liberia that has a credit card. But this is the first time we have an executive that has a credit card. You know what that means? We give you budget, but you're taking credit. That means they pay. My people, y'all listen. The man said they will take their card, that they can take it somewhere. They just say, we want to spend $100,000. By the way, that means it's recurring. That means when that $100,000 finish, they will take some more $100,000. Because they will pay. They know, here's the trick. They know when they accrue $100,000 on their trip, they will ask Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance, we owe $100,000 on the credit card. We got to pay the debt on the credit card. Guess what? Ministry of Finance will pay that $100,000 on that credit card. Then the next time they go again, they will ask for another $100,000. They will say, oh, we put $100,000 on the credit card. Ministry of Finance do it. The president have traveled over 9 times, or I think about 9 times already, since he became president. So multiply that by, how you call it now? By $100,000, right? Because every trip they will spend at least that outside of the budgeted amount for his trip to. Don't forget,
that's the rescue government. That's the rescue mission.
They already have money for his trip, but they will get extra money again on the credit card. So every time they come, they will pay that one off. And then they will go again, they will pay that one off. Look, man, these people are rogues. These people are thieves. I told you guys here, these people have never ran a government outside of free money. When they were in power, Unity Party, I said this many other times, people don't listen because we were on this radio with Radio LIB when there was no social media, okay? No social media, okay?
Yeah.
We knew how these people operated. They took our money to enrich themselves. This is exactly what they're doing again, okay? And it just so happens, like Radio LIB, you can say what you want to say about Spoon because you don't like them, you're in competition. One thing I respect about any man that is willing to put their integrity aside for the good of the majority, I'll stand with you. Because in the end, they will say bad about you. See, Old Man Sam Sayo? People don't realize. Old Man Sam Sayo, we've been around long before Radio LIB did. Old Man Sam Sayo used to come on our program and tell us the law about driving and all of those things. People don't understand our relationship, but that's how all of this stuff started, you know. But these people do not know how to run government. They just know how to steal the people money. And that's what they're going to continue to do. But you can't keep defending it again. Thank you.
Just before we go to you, let me just make my point quickly because I know we're running out of time. This is one of the reasons why when a new government takes over and we talk about the issue of declaring assets, it is very important that people don't just declare their assets, they show tangibles. We want to see what you have. It's not just about writing what you have and sending it. That's not what we should be looking at. We should be looking at tangibles. Show us what you have. Because when they're in the end, people will steal, they will justify it. They will say, I had this and I had that.
You're right. That's very silly.
Minister, barely 8 months in power or 9 months in power. Look at what's happened. He has a yacht. Do you know how much a yacht costs? I mean,
Maggie is saying he compares that to
funny.
the cost of Tottenham, the yacht the former president William Tottenham was using.
But you know,
that's you're saying.
To your point, and this is again, these are things that we have said, but nobody wants to do. Automation is very important. When somebody declares an asset, it's not just on paper. You should be able to verify those assets. That's the point everybody is making. When I say I got $1 million, In America, if I tell you what I own, again, I tell everybody listening, trust foremost, go put in this. You will see the properties that I own. You will see the things that I have, and this and that. Look, it is very important for us to do that. But in Liberia, you look at the properties these people have. Look at even the CDC compound. We don't know the value of that.
Ali, you just mute your system. I don't know. You're
We
doing
don't
something.
know.
We're getting feedback. I don't know. Just
We
mute your
don't.
system until we are ready for you.
Yeah, we don't know the value of those things. They just say they have it, and nobody goes and verify those things because again,
Verify.
what they were ready, we just leave. So that's so you're right. If it's not verifiable,
That's
it's not a declaration.
okay. So that's a very good point. Not just coming up on paper and say, oh, I get it 1 year, I get the money in the bank, I get the amount of houses and all of that, I get this amount of cars, and you don't see it, but you just in a month or on the paper say, I get it.
Tangibles.
Yeah. So I think you struck a very important point that the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission we have to look at, because I'm quite sure over the years, all of those that have been submitting their assets declaration, we don't see tangibles, only papers we see. That's all we see. So let's get to the comments. Read the comments out for us. We come and take few calls and then we are out of here.
All right. So from the comment section, we have Juju Wonwe. He says, good morning. I'm following from Johnsonville. Match King says, watching live from Buchanan City. Henry Yango says, following you guys on this awesome Monday evening from my end. Thanks for the great update. We have Darius Solomon. He says, good morning, family. McGill Bangale says, I'm watching from Fonjama City, Lova County right now. William W. Wulu says, good morning, Liberian Civil Rights Movement's official spokesperson is following from Upper Caldwell. We have Rose Quete. She says, good morning, guys. Sakamara says, good afternoon. William W. Wulu says, what's going on? Amos Kanaka says, good morning, family. Anita Ross says, good morning, guys. I'm watching from New Matadi Estate. Sarah Swa says, JNB sold a sick billy goat to the Liberian people. Liberians are starting to notice that this government came to power with lies. 8 months into power, there is nothing to show to the Liberian people. It's for those who voted for them. This government would not change anything. Clarence Obechi Dwe says, good morning, Wendell and Esther. My name is Clarence Dwe, watching from Central Monrovia. Did I hear that seditions have been denied again by Joe Bwaka officials for using the sports facilities in West Point? But then how is Joe Bwaka telling the United Nations Security Council that he protects the rule of law, good governance, good role development, and lots more? Ma Pape, you right, because you have been rescued from perpetual poverty. Katumu Bwaka is not selling cold water again. And we have Senior Doe says, I'm watching live from Compound 3. Because why are you laughing? And we have James Akim Jr. says, I'm watching from Mamba Point around Miami Beach. My water ability says, good morning, guys. Thanks for the update. Edwin M. and Kedima says, what is the code? I think he means the catch giveaway is *799#. You will see freedom there. Follow the instruction. It's $100 to play. We have Navarus M says, good morning, Window and Esther, watching you from Toronto. Jimmy Medicine says, I'm watching from the USA. Honorable Ober Harding says, I'm watching. Jeremy Madison says, it's good for those people. Liberian never learn yet. They continue to make lots of mistakes. Sarah Swire says, JMB sold a sick. Okay, I think we've read that. Emmanuel Brawl says, oh wow, I see why Commerce Minister Ami Modastome looks big like a pregnant elephant. No wonder he now rides such an expensive car and owns a yacht. Shameless, big, roguish stealing. And we have Stanley Sharif says, good afternoon to the peaceful citizens of Boo Hill Town, Kwakwa District, Grand Cape County. Mary Tule says, I'm watching from New Georgia Estate. Joseph Weah says, thanks to Omen Samson, he said this is not a CVC radio station. I wish this station was like Spoon TV, which helped to bring UP to power. But on their back for wrongdoing. I wish this. I don't know what you mean. Bobby T. Where says, "God, good day, Freedom FM, watching live from New Orleans, LA," and we have Josiah Lawrence Tile Nolan says these people are not alone. The president himself is a liar. He lied about everything at the UNGA. D. Ruben Scar says, "Good morning, Freedom." All right, good morning, Freedom. Watching from New Georgia Estate, Gainesville. Joe Puaka is a complete failure to this country. He will regret one day why he had to treat his followers like how he's doing. Stanley Sharif again says Joseph Criminal feeling zombie apocalypse. Kosovo Buaka, please resign from your office because the information reaching my desk is too bad for the office of the president. I think, Winda, so far these are all the comments we have.
Thank you very much. It's important that we read out all of your comments to have your say on the program. And folks, we are about to go to the phone lines, and you heard too many things we talk about relative to assertion made by the current senator of McGibby County, Nathaniel McGill, about the early worth being acquired by the Minister of Commerce, Ami Modad. And we also read about the denial of the CDC Secretary General of having access to the West Point football field. And $15 million was used outside the budget. All right, $15 million was used outside the budget. That money they spray around so that it can share it. $15 million. It stayed, they put it different area then. The money, 15 million, can you imagine, out of the budget. So those are the issues, trending issues in our country. And so we'll go to the phone lines. But just before we do, let me recognize the presence of Mr. T. Titus Charlie, who I'm told is following this broadcast. Pleasant good morning to you. My son is also following alongside his friends. JB and his friends. I'm told you guys are listening there at the GN Garage, and that's the Iron Factory area. Okay, so let me say good morning to Samuel Colley and Abu Fofana. I'm told you guys are listening alongside Melvin this morning at the GN Garage in Iron Factory. So if you're there, you can call us. We have the WhatsApp line for those of you outside Liberia. +231 86 500 104, and the local lines are 0776 104 104 086 500 104, and the female line is 0770 297 016. Call in and make your contribution on our talking points with just 17 more minutes to go from here. Let's take you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wendell.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, Gloria, the phone slipped off. Let's get you back.
I can hear you.
Go ahead, Gloria. Go ahead. You are live, Gloria. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're not this tiring. This is frustrating.
You are loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are lack of words to really express the way we feel. But I don't know. But I want to look at. I think they are not doing well for us, honestly, and they have to do something about it because the what you call it, the budget, fingering of the budget, not had a real, after investigation to tell us it happened in this place or that place. We have nothing. And then what coming out again, we are hearing that all spending of the budget coming in again. So we should. But I want to let it go because I'm here in the communities and around. A time is coming that we have to get police officers in there. Yeah. I had Honorable Snow on phone. He be like this. And he said that same thing when the other budget was being passed. He said it wasn't going to be like that. Now we have this second one. God will deliver us through these people. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Gloria, before you go, the last time you spoke about a land issue, I've been receiving a lot of text messages relative to that.
But give me the line you use, for people to send text to you. Just give me the numbers and I'll text you right now.
Okay. Can you what you do?
I'm calling 500-104. I can text.
Okay, just send a text to it, and I will get the text from there.
Yes, on this number I'm calling.
Yeah, do that. All right. Thank you very much. Let's take more callers here this morning. Let's get to the female line and take this person. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, this person. Hello. Welcome to the show, Miss Kamara. Let's hear your contribution. You have a minute.
Let me appreciate you so much for talking about Brother Sayina. My attention is very, very insecure with the issue with Ami Mozart on the vehicle that he ran current that was stolen from America as a former minister. And if you check local, the hotel Ami Mozart was in the 9-month period, then he was appointed by his person as former minister. Do you see the differences? These are the live voices that were in the opposition at that time, saying that since the monkey they were criminal, that they paid the people for sentence. Well, they were giving back to society, helping and those in need. But they are stealing, rooting, and something happened to ourselves. Our own Friday was healing and hearing the legislature passing and they reach out to what money have they taken again. Not us. Who took the money? How did they pay around the pass the budget? That they very broke my heart. So where are the opposition lawmakers there? That when they were in power, people were so innocent they were taking money down with the community, with the ruling party. And why the country say, but these are the people who are going to declare on tomorrow to save the country for the hands of he can't. But you see today, they are turning so a very period to our hand.
Okay.
Why should we go and let people to represent the country in the party that makes that gives the opportunity to and they pay the party back today or pay the citizen who stood the land on the phone they read. Thank you for affording the opportunity.
Thank you, Bendo Kamara. Let's go to the overseas line and talk to Lawrence. Lawrence Noden. Good afternoon from Liberia.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for accepting my call. I guess you are Winner and Esther, so thank you guys ever so much for what you are doing. My name is Lawrence Nodin, and I call from the U.S.
Go ahead, Lawrence. Let's hear your contribution.
Thanks to Omen Samson for such a wonderful establishment in the country. An establishment that is preaching the message for the poor people. Thank you for the work you are doing, and God will forever bless you guys.
Amen.
You know, I want to say this, brother. I remember some times ago during the Liberian Civil War, in Grand Bassa County, where I hail from, I saw a witness on armed civilian running behind armed people. It was only Charles Taylor that went and spoke to them. When all sort of things were happening in Grand Bassa County, the people decided one day and ran behind the armed guys that were in the county. Until Liberians can wake up, we will talk and talk and talk on radio stations, and these people will continue what they are doing. It is frustrating. And somebody will say, oh, the people around the president. The president is aware. Look how the president was lying, giving his activity in 9 months in the country, breaking every law. And you are saying democratically they are governing well at the UN General Assembly the other day. I mean, these people know what they're doing. When they finish with Liberians sit there and wait for the 6 years without a popular uprising. I'm not encouraging anything negative because we went through every bad situation in our country. But what we are saying, civilian people, the ordinary people, they are going through this thing. They have, many of the guys, I live in the U.S., many of the guys who are over there, their children are here going to good schools. Their children are riding the best of cars. And they're over there starving the people. Well, our Liberians can be wicked too. But my biggest disappointment with them, my biggest disappointment is with the opposition lawmakers. They are in there now. They have turned their back on their party. They are nothing but white collar criminals. The legs of Thomas Fala, the legs of the speaker. They're just pretending they are in bed with the people. They are deceiving their own political institution. They are betrayers.
Okay.
These people know what they're doing. They are waiting for 2028 to start bringing back arrests to the people again to fool them.
Okay.
The people need to wake up. They must wake up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence Norton from the United States. Let's get back to the local lines. The WhatsApp line is open. Those of you outside Liberia, you want to join the conversation, that's the line there for you. The WhatsApp line is +231 886 500 104. Let me take this person. Hello? Hello? Oh, my man. I can't understand that thing. Let me take this person. Hello?
Hello, Steve.
Yeah, how are you? Your land is kind of bad off, and so I think we'll have to discontinue the conversation, and you find yourself in a better position. All right, let's move on. Hello?
Hello, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Kamara. Let's hear your contribution in a minute.
Thank you, Sam. No, our country is bleeding, and we'll continue to say that I like what the senior brother said on radio from the United States, that we need to take action. Yeah, my brother, we have talked for so long. We spoke for 12 years, and we came again, advocated against even our party at the time who was in power, and then we also advocated against government officials in terms of corruption, in terms of misusing public funds. So we have reached a point where the country is not going forward, but backward. What can we do as citizens? Will we continue to allow politicians to divide us and then take our resources and then support their families and friends? And then wherein we, the vast majority of the people in the country that are supposed to benefit from the wealth of the country, cannot get anything to eat? I think it is about time we realize that this is not on the basis of party. It's on the basis of unity party, but it's about Liberia. What can we do generally to ensure that we call on our leaders that we have given our power to be able to steer the affairs of us, to be able to deliver the goods and services that mean to be delivered by them, either on their part, the lost cause that we should be able to engage better people to be able to provide our happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's the voice of the tough talking James Blama Kamara. Let's take you this person. Maybe we can take you as our second to the last caller. Hello?
Hello, am I there now?
Yeah, I think you're better off than before. Go ahead. Let's hear your contribution.
Yeah, like I said, I'm TOP really, and I join you so great the chauffeur.
Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
I think Liberia should already know what we're heading to, because when you get into a new relationship, the other partner or partners in a relationship will try to hide that behavior or you get into a relationship. This is the healing power of this government behavior that we're seeing in the first 9 months. Liberians, they are not showing their real quarter, and we're hearing that our part, the rescue one, you got 100,000 credit cards, not part of a budget, not part of a presidential budget that we're giving him. Outside the budget, you got 100,000. We hear 100,000 cars, the comment minister Ryan got another yash. Liberians,
Okay.
They're going to be economical war. So the only thing they're doing now, the law makers not helping us. Liberia, we're going to get rid of both the law, the House of Representatives, the legislature, and the executive so that we can reset the whole thing. That's the only thing we'll do to get rid of these. These are criminals, molested criminals from all sectors, financial goblins, just sucking out of our resources.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much. We get to let's talk to Mansisi. Mansisi is our very last caller on the show. Mansisi, good afternoon.
Hey, I'm speaking with them. How was the weekend, Papa?
Yeah, my weekend was okay by His grace. I'm alive this morning.
Okay, I'm a beautiful sister and the grandchildren.
Everybody doing pretty better.
Esther, I see my daughter.
I'm Matana. I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, let me say hi to my founders there. All my brothers from one party, morning and afternoon.
Your pani masale, your pani koma. Your pani masale, your pani koma.
My man, when I say one party, they got to put people out of the show that we meet. They say, man,
You want to tell me?
What I say here? Don't be asking about sorry, I beg you. Give me my money finishing.
You want to tell me? Yeah.
Hello?
We're listening to you, Mansisi. Go ahead.
We there is so sad for our country. You understand? It's so sad for our country when we're saying those things. What you're saying today, we're talking and you're joining up, defending this country, not for party. And they posting our lives. Today, they are catching with us. Today, they are catching with all my son with them. See what's going on. When I see the same man when you want to transfer over, one shoe over, even the web, that is no plan on her. She was flying car and rest of the sending for water. And then mayor rest of the today, he's feeding millions of dollars in our country. Coming to freedom. Today, people are sorry for children in school. You go we can be sending in line, sending in queue, that they go to school. You telling other men you sign up 15 million out of 9 months. And we are suffering this country, working to rest people. When we're seeing those things, they should be betting from place to place. Calling them to send money, you to play for here, that will cost that. That will cost that to even eat, to even for bread, that will cost that. Calling water so that was stealing money from America. Today, they men become rich men, become billionaires in our country. So, a group of them, we are there in the new era. They brought up back to the old era. And it's happening today. So they do happen, they are all feeling with them. So okay, they want to fly on once in the quiet because today, this is like a society. So, follow the German back to go die to bad career, eat it. But pregnant later, I say, all the way later, you room and go by the food through the window. They will feel it, put a power. That's so okay in this. Not in the deal. They put a power in this country. That was still in the street. Not us, not even CDC. And deny us of all the people that will build. All us are going, but we use the money on Liberia, but not even all on Liberia. So they will go and deny us and not use the fee. And all of us say that they are talking about it. Then you set the rule of law. You go to the place you establish, you set the rule of law. That's a blatant lie. What you say to the people, you lie to the people. They say lie, you want the power. So they say lie. So it will catch up with us. The thing will look for the whole. It will look for it.
Thank you.
We can't say power now. So let's stop lying. We will see the judgment. They come. But they say you have to do my job with them.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we don't have time, so let's go to Gus and Leo to take a meaning or less than a meaning, so we can go from here because we squeeze up with commercials time.
Yeah, Mr. Nina, yeah, thank you there, and thanks to all the callers. You see, we continue to say this over and over. Liberia, this is not the rescue mission that we expected. And today, we have rescued Joseph Boakai, and now we are the one drowning. So I don't know, those people that when we're talking, they will be like, oh yeah, you gave the government chance, the government just coming, the government will do well. Why you get to tear us down? Just in 8 months, 15 million that have been spent out of the budget. And just as you said, they just put the money to places, and later they're going to take them from there and put it into their account. The government, I just said, the old man coming to rescue us. Just as God's government said, putting 100,000 on credit card. After that, again, when they go again, coming for another trade, maybe another 150,000 or 200,000. Is this the government you say we should get that chance? The government will do well. And this is not about a special political party to say, oh yeah, let's see this thing come up. This is about the entire Liberia. Everyone of us can stand out and we say we wait for 6 years. This government, they're going to rip the country up. The calamity, those prophets, they talk about all the prophecies. We are going to see the calamity. And our CDC lawmaker from the hospital down, those people, they are a complete disgrace and embarrassment to us. We are disappointed in them. Till we can see it again. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, in closing, thank you guys. Look, Liberia is not going to get better until we, the Liberian people ourselves, get sick of it. And we, at some point, we'll have to get sick of it, or our children will get sick of it. You know, and it's just sad that we continue to preach the same thing and we support the same people. You know, I just heard the whole situation with my, I don't know, she big sister. She said what? Master C, what Master C calls? I think she related to us. Master C, let's be honest. When CDC was in power, Koji could go whenever he wanted.
All right. So
same thing with those people. They're in power. They're just doing what they're doing. All we have to do is do all you can, get in power too, and you can get all the privileges that you wanted and needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Gus, hope you will work on your system to beginning tomorrow, because every time you're coming in, you are kind of very low. So hope you can improve on your system tomorrow. But guys, it was nice being here. The crew will be back here tomorrow with another fresh presentation. Until then, keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. Esther is about to give out $5,000 to each of you that have been playing. So take care and do have a pleasant Monday. My name is Wendell, Esther, Gus, and Aliyu. We will be back here, God's willing, tomorrow.